Hey, it's Robin, and if you've been following me, you probably saw me start fully weight bearing a few days ago, which was really exciting. But I learned that it really needs to be a process, and I hope that you can maybe take something away from this. And if you're in the same situation, maybe you'll learn to do it a little bit more gradually. Because although I'm allowed to fully weight bear, because I hadn't been doing that for weeks, it had been 7 weeks since I was able to weight bear, my foot didn't love it. So I ended up with a lot of swelling and a lot of pain, and I had to go back to the crutches. And now what I'm doing is just doing it little by little. So, I'll maybe spend some time in the kitchen first thing in the morning, getting the kids off to school without the crutches. And everybody's tolerance is going to be different, but for me it's like kind of 10 to 15 minutes walking around is kind of the max. And then I need to plan in a time to elevate and ice my foot so that it feels okay. So, I can walk without the crutches quite well. Well, I mean, it's still awkward, right? Because I have a wedge in my boot. But this is one of the wedges I got to take out. So I'm down to one wedge. So only a 3/4 inch raise inside this boot. But the boot, of course, itself is raised. So it's awkward, right, to walk fully weight bearing. It's more, it's easier to have a normal gait pattern, or a more normal gait pattern, when using the crutches. And if I want to go any distance at all, there's no way that I can do it while fully weight bearing, because I just can't tolerate that much. It's just not going to be worth it. So today I walked my daughter to the bus for the first time, which is a good long block down the street, and I was able to do it using my crutches and alternating. The great thing about crutches is that you can decide how much weight you're going to put through your foot and how much weight you're going to put through your arms. And so I was able to alternate, kind of putting more weight through my arms and not much through my foot, and just kind of being toe touch weight bearing. And then when my arms got tired, I could put more weight through my foot and less through my arms. And then, I was able to make it the distance. But when I came home, I definitely put my foot up and iced it, because that's important. So you needed to, you don't need to. I mean, you can overdo it like I did. It's totally fine. And part of that is learning your tolerance, right? Learning your limits. And lots of times that's how we learn, is we do overdo it, and we end up with swelling and pain. And those are signs that you've overdone it. I don't take pain medication during the day or Tylenol, because my pain's not that bad. And I use my pain as a guideline. I want to be able to feel that pain so that I know when it's time to back off, so that I don't continue to overdo it. Because the swelling, let's face it, it's not that nice. So, I guess I'm just going to try to demonstrate. So, and I do some non-weight bearing if my foot is really sore, and I still have my knee scooter that I use sometimes in the kitchen, especially making supper at the end of the day when my foot is really sore. It helps to just have it completely up and supported, so I'm not holding it in the air. But it's getting better and better. What I'm finding is day by day, just naturally, I'm doing more stuff that's fully weight bearing and less stuff with the crutches, and it's just sort of a natural progression. I was scared initially that I wouldn't progress to full weight bearing, because I was scared of putting full weight on my foot, but it really has just happened naturally. So if you want to put more weight through your crutches, if your foot is sore, then just make sure you're taking that weight through your hands. And you can feel that you're not putting much weight through your foot. And if you want to put more weight through your foot and less through your hands, you can do that. Just take partial weight through your hands and the rest through your foot. So I hope that helps. I know it's pretty vague guidelines, but everybody's different, and you need to do what really works for you. And just try to, if you do this is what I did. This is the mistake I made on the day that I started fully weight bearing, is I was really excited, and I did a fair bit of walking around, and everybody who came by was like, "Hey, watch this," and then showing them how I could walk without crutches. And I didn't take breaks in between to elevate and ice and, let it calm down. It was a busy day, and I had lots going on, and so I didn't take that time to ice and elevate. So I was just doing it slowly, take time to ice and elevate, and just take it from there. And if you overdo it, well, that was too much, and kind of what to look for tolerance wise. You know, I can tell anyway with this Achilles tendon injury, you know, my foot gets sore, it starts to feel throbby if I overdo it. Like, there's definite signs, and I'm getting more and more used to them and used to paying attention to them. That's the key. Not ignoring them, because that just doesn't do you any good.